Hi, Helen here again. Just thought I'd like to try and catch you up on my 3-week trip in India. We went first off up to Calcutta to visit a new project for our charity, a project headed up by an organisation called Free Set. This project works with women and young girls trafficked into the sex trade, and this was spearheaded by a very dynamic individual, a New Zealander who started work there about 11 years ago. I'd heard a lot about the project, I'd read a lot about the project, but I wanted to go and see with my own eyes what was going on, and I wasn't disappointed. It's a very well thought through project that doesn't just deal with the women. They're providing an alternative means of earning their living by providing a production unit for them, which makes fantastic bags, and a very good website where Westerners can buy these bags from. It does so much more. It's a very holistic approach to these women, and I was so impressed when we went to visit. We were invited to visit the production unit in Calcutta, and then we spent some time in Sonagachi, which is probably one of the biggest red light areas in India. It's 1 square mile, 10,000 women on the streets there. And it really was in many ways a very big thing to digest and a very hard thing to digest. But the thing that completely saved it for us was the fact that this organisation has really taken time to understand the dilemma of these women and the best way to help them. So we are fully on board with this organisation, Free Set, and you will be hearing a lot more about it. And we would really like to get ourselves alongside. We see our role as raising awareness of the plight of these women, thousands upon thousands of them, and then in a practical way trying to raise funds for production units in particular that will offer a chance of freedom to these women to be able to choose a different way of life. So look out for more information about this project. The second place we went to was obviously Bangalore, and last time we were there 18 months ago, we began a project in the slum schools there, and we visited 3 slum schools. This time we were thinking we were going to visit 6, and we ended up visiting 14 slum schools in 2 days. Very thankful to our friends on the ground there who make the introductions, find out where we can go, who we can visit, and they absolutely prepare the way for us. They also help us in the practical side of what we do, which is providing equipment, instruments, teaching aids, all this sort of thing that is practically non-existent in many of these schools. So the 3 schools we had been to before, we went back and we saw ceiling fans now in place, blackboards, tables, chairs, drinking water for the teachers and the pupils. It was fantastic, very encouraging. And then we proceeded on into many other schools that we'd never visited before. And so obviously now we're back, we're drawing up lists of practical ways that we can help these schools. What I just want to say is the amazing thing about these schools, first off, are the teachers. They are the real heroes. They're trained by the government, they have a degree, they could choose any school and they choose these schools. And it is really hard. There's very little support bar the actual salary that they earn and the uniform. A child's given 1 uniform a year. Apart from that, they're pretty much on their own. So any help or support they can get, they are so grateful for, and it makes such a difference to their teaching lives. The other thing to say is the children themselves, who are immensely grateful for anything we bring them. We try and give them, every time we go, a pencil case, a notebook, a geometry kit, something personal for them, and you would honestly believe we've given them the sun, moon and the stars. And they value their education so highly and everything that goes with it, because it is their only way out of their poverty cycle. So again, much more to do in this area, and also you will be hearing a lot more about that. So many practical ways that we can help and assist. The third area was obviously to do with our medical centre down in Tamil Nadu, and we spent the last week going down there visiting Mercy and Vincy with their residential project there, with the girls and the lovely women, and the hostels down there that we're involved with, and that's where our medical centre has been built. And we really were very anxious this time to just see how the medical centre had bedded in. I think really the easy part we always knew would be to raise the money and to actually build the place. The hard part is to get good quality medical care there and for it to be given out to the people who really need it. So we had one day where we really glimpsed the potential. It was a medical camp. The last medical camp we had 70 people attend during the day. This time we had 250. The reputation is spreading. Now all these patients walked to the clinic. Nobody turns up on a bus or a scooter or a car. These things don't exist. We're talking very basic rural district here. Some people had walked 5 miles to be able to come to the clinics that were on offer. We were offering ophthalmics, ear, nose and throat, paediatrics and geriatric treatment, and also testing for diabetes. So it was a fantastic day. The icing on the cake were the 2 student nurses there. 2 young girls we talked to 18 months before who were finishing their secondary education and without sponsorship would have had to just go back into village life, into a marriage, back into their poverty, no future at all. And Mercy realised their potential and asked East Meets West would we sponsor their nursing training, which we have done. They're in their first year and we asked the hospital could they come out to our medical centre for the day and be part of the medical camp, and that was a good day, a wonderful moment when we saw those 2 girls there working and really loving what they're doing. So a lot of work still to do. We've got we've done a review and we've looked at areas where we need to give attention to, and we know we still have quite a way to go, but I was very encouraged with what we saw. So very busy 3 weeks. Thank you so much for listening to this little clip, and there are details that will be coming out on this email of further ways you can be involved and keep in contact. Can I just say, everything that we do as a charity, which is you with us, makes such a difference. I think the privilege for us is we go out and we see with our own eyes what a difference we're making. So please do not flag, please do not lose heart. It's a small group of people in the big picture, I guess, that we're helping, but for those individuals it's a radical change. So thank you once again, all supporters of East Meets West.